Hi, I'm Jessica Moores. If your spouse is overseas, getting ready to leave, or your family is thinking about this life, I want to talk to you for a minute. Not in a polished, corporate way, just honestly. When overseas contracting becomes part of your family's life, a lot of attention goes to the person leaving. People ask about the job, the schedule, where he is going, when he comes home, and whether it is worth it financially. Those are all important questions. But there is another side of the story that people do not always understand. There is the side that stays home, the side that keeps the house moving after the goodbye is over. This life can feel like a strange mix of emotions. You can be proud of him and still feel tired. You can understand why the contract matters, but still feel the weight of the house when he is gone. There are normal things that suddenly feel heavier. Getting the kids through the day, keeping up with bills, handling appointments, dealing with repairs, trying to keep communication steady when both of you are exhausted, sitting in the quiet at night after everything finally slows down. None of that means you are weak. It means you are living through something that asks a lot from you too. And sometimes the hardest part is feeling like you are supposed to handle it quietly because he is working hard over there. But both things can be true. His side can be hard. Your side can be hard too. That is the reason we created the BDC spouse community. It is a place for the spouse who is holding the home front and needs somewhere real to land. Not a place where you have to pretend everything is fine. Not a place where anyone is judging you for having a hard day. It is simply a space where you can talk with people who understand this life because they are either living it, preparing for it, or trying to make sense of it too. Some conversations may be about preparing before he leaves. Others may be about money, kids, communication, loneliness, stress, or what it feels like when he comes home and everyone has to adjust again. The point is not to make this life sound easy. The point is to help you feel less alone while you are carrying it. I also wrote Holding the Home Front because I believe spouses need more than encouragement. Encouragement helps, but it is not always enough when the pressure starts building. Sometimes you need a plan. You need to know where things are, what needs to be handled, how to talk through expectations, and how to keep the sacrifice connected to a real purpose. You also need room to be honest about the emotional side of it, because staying strong should not mean staying silent. There's a big difference between supporting your husband and losing yourself in the process. The home front matters. The person holding it matters too. I understand this life from more than one angle. I grew up around long stretches away from home, rotations, and family routines that had to adjust around someone being gone. Now I understand it as a wife too. So when I talk about the spouse at home, I am not talking about someone weak or helpless. I am talking about the person who keeps the rhythm of the family going, the person who handles the daily things most people never see, the person who can love her husband, support the opportunity, and still needs support herself. That is the heart behind this community. So if you are new to this, already in the middle of a rotation, or just trying to figure out what this could mean for your family, I want you to know that you are welcome here. You do not need to have everything figured out before you join. You do not need to wait until things feel perfect. Come in, introduce yourself when you are ready, read through the conversations, ask questions, and use the community as a place to breathe. This life works better when the spouse at home is not left to carry everything alone. The home front matters. You matter. And there is a place for you inside the BT Capital Spouse community.